Welcome to the You Need More Money podcast. I'm your host, Matt Manero, where I come to you from my studio in Dallas, Texas. You're in a slump. Hell, I'm in a slump. I know the feeling of what it's like to be in a slump. You're tired. You're sort of bummed out. You're blaming others. Production is poor. There's more month at the end of the money. Dude, you're in a slump. It happens to everybody. Some days we just don't want to get up and do the shit that we know we're supposed to do. And the more days that occur like that, the deeper we fall into the slump. I'm in a personal slump. It's not with business. I mean, we're going to have a record year here at Commercial Fleet. This is going to be a monster year. But I'm in a slump with my health. I just have been eating too much sugar and carbs. I see it in my fucking face. I see it in my waistline. I feel it in my belt. My damn pants don't fit like they used to fit. It pisses me off. But here's the deal. It didn't happen today. It happened about 2 months ago when I stopped juicing twice a day. When my boys would say, hey, Dad, let's go get some ice cream. And of course, I'd take them and then I wouldn't get anything. And then one day I said, I'll take the mini. And then the mini turned into the regular. And then when I started taking them, guess what? I'd be ordering ice cream right there with them. And lately I've been splitting banana splits with the guys. Man, I broke down. I got away from the fundamentals, and here's why. Here's the checklist that you need to do. Because we want to blame everybody else for the reason that we're in the slump. But we can only blame ourselves. It's not my damn trainer's fault that I started eating cheeseburgers and ice cream again. Hell, he kept showing up every day at 6 a.m. to work my ass out. But as you get older, I'm 49 years old, it's just that much more difficult to lose the weight. Without the nutrition, without the kitchen, there's no chance at 49. You can't just work your way into great shape at 49. You got to eat your way into great shape, and I got away from it. And so for a guy like me who's like constantly trying to improve, when I start to see myself going backwards in those directions, it really starts to take over my life and creates a tremendous sense of guilt for a guy like me too. Maybe somebody like you too. So let's talk about how do we get back on track? Because sometimes the freaking wheels just fall off. It's not just like one ice cream for me. Hell, I could have eaten one ice cream and gone down the road. But for me, it becomes the habitual break. The number one reason why most of us are in a slump is because we question the product or service that we represent. We start to lose faith in what it is that we're doing. Now, I never lose faith in my business, but sometimes I lose faith in social media, and I lose faith in like all the freaking haters that I've had come out at me on You Need More Money videos. Sometimes I just lose faith in the idea of why do we keep posting stuff? Like, what does it do? And then every once in a while, I'll get like an amazing review on You Need More Money like I got this morning when I woke up, where the husband gave it to the wife and the wife then gave it to the kids. Man, dude, that's powerful stuff, man. If one book can actually start to change a family dynamic and then a family of a family of a family dynamic, that's powerful stuff. But in general, a lot of times I question all of this activity. I mean, shit, I don't have to do any of this sort of stuff and just sit back and have a very successful business. But I keep pushing, and sometimes I lose confidence in it. And over a longer period of time, that begins to weigh on you. And yet you still do activities that you're not confident in or believing in, and then it begins to really start to unwind, and you don't even realize it's happening. So the first thing to get out of a slump is you've got to reconnect to your confidence into the product and service that you're working on. You've got to recommit and re-believe in what it is that you're doing, what it is that your activities or what you're selling or what your mission is. Which takes me to number 2. You have to look at the data. So for me, with my health recently, it's been I got to get back on the scale. And I got to bite the bullet and realize that I put on the 20 pounds again and the numbers on the scale ain't pretty. But I've got to start looking at the data. You also see the data in your health and all that when it comes to your belt loop, right? Does the belt fit like it used to fit? But in your business world, look, you might be working out like crazy and in great shape, but you ain't producing numbers at your office. You got to go to the data. Are you making the phone calls? Are you working the route? Are you going on the personal visits? Are you asking the same type of questions before? Don't hide from the data. Get back to the data and start embracing the truth again. Number 3, say no. The 2 most powerful letters in the English language are N-O. When we say no to shitty food, no to shitty dates, no to shitty dinner meetings, no to shitty business deals, no to shitty clients, no to shitty employees, we get back to regaining our power. Each and every time we say no, we get closer to getting out of the slump. Number 4, know what to say yes to. You got to go back to the shit that you know works, man. What's the demographic that you can sell into consistently? What part of town works for you? What bar do you get the most damn dates out of? And start going back to the honey holes, the things that you know if you say yes to, that will create enjoyment for you or success or happiness. Start saying yes to the stuff that you know will work for you. Number 5, block and tackle. Dude, you just got to go back to the basics. You got to know how to chop wood again. You got to do the stuff that made you successful in the first place again. And if that means working late and making more phone calls and pulling more lists and calling on that customer that you didn't think liked you that much, and you got to go back to the basics. You got to block and tackle again. Number 6, you got to listen up again. You know what I'm talking about? Listen, I can put on Grant Cardone and 2 minutes later, I'm freaking fired up. You stopped listening and watching and reading those motivational people that you were so into. I'm hoping this podcast wakes you up today. You need to do it more regularly. You need to listen to stuff and watch stuff and read stuff twice a day, in the morning and in the afternoon. You might have to do it 3 times a day, the morning, the noon, and the night, because you've got to get yourself motivated again. And if you're not having the luck doing it yourself, go find it someplace else. Number 7, start writing your shit down. Stop keeping it in your head and bust out a piece of paper and start writing down what you need to achieve and what you need to accomplish. Which takes me to number 8. Set some big freaking juicy goals. Big fat ones. Big, fat, stupid, big goals. Beach house. Plane. Safari in Africa. I'm talking stuff that really gets you thinking how small your current problems are because your goals haven't been freaking big enough. It is like Cardone says, have goals so big that your problems pale in comparison. And number 9, my last one, take a 3-day weekend, man. Just close it up. Just say, I'm freaking tired. I'm going to go lay by the pool and do nothing with my hottie for 3 days. That's it. Just close it down, man. And rework on some stuff. Start writing your shit down. Start feeding the brain. Start knocking some boots. Get some sun. Take better care of yourself for 3 days. Not a week or 2 weeks or a month. That's all bullshit. You don't need a month off to get recommitted. If you need a month off to get recommitted, you are completely in the wrong business or on the wrong platform. You should only need about 3 days to get back to the game. But take those 3 days and totally decompress and then get right back in it on Monday. That's how you get out of a slump, y'all. For me, with my health, just got to start freaking working out harder and start really watching what I eat. For me, it's all connected to carbs and sugar. If I lay off the carbs and the sugar and I continue my workout regimen, the rest just takes care of itself. And that's what I've been doing for the last 2 weeks. All right, y'all. I'll see you down the road.